My name's Melissa Strange, and this is an episode of For the Love of Drag. Last night, RuPaul's Drag Race All-Stars Season 3, Episode 1 premiered, and it was just filled with fan favorites. So much was going on. I mean, it's basically like All-Star Season 2 rules, but with new people again. So, All-Star Season 2 was an amazing season, and I'm literally so excited for what this Season 3 has in store for us. The first 15 minutes of this season was released a few days ago, and we got to see Alaska and Chad, you know, walking down the street discussing All-Stars 3 in their red robes, and they're hidden from the world, and they're speculating on what's gonna happen this season, and I'm just living for it because I'm still Team Alaska. You know, that's why I'm wearing my Team Alaska All-Stars 2 shirt, rightfully the winner of All-Stars 2. Yeah, I guess let me know in the comments down below who you thought should have rightfully have won Season 2 of All-Stars. My vote is still Alaska. So the show obviously starts off with each queen entering the workroom for the first time, second time, third time, I don't know how you would say it. But I'm not going to get into super detail about that, who I think might win and stuff, but I already made a video doing that, predicting the season. But I will say usually the first queen and the last queen to enter the workroom are the most interesting because they're usually kind of like the front runners to win. And they were Trixie and Shangela, who if you watch the video I made predicting the season, that might tell you something about my predictions, but those two are the queens that I've predicted will win, like be in the top. So just interesting to see that my picks were in the positions of the workroom entrances that usually mean they do really well in the season, or they're expecting them to do well in the season. So excited. So then after the 9 queens enter the workroom, Ru announces there's going to be a 10th queen to join them. That is no surprise because we've already kind of known that there was going to be a 10th queen. The speculation, of course, was, is it going to be BB Zahara Benet? Is it going to be Stacey Lane Matthews? Is it going to be, who else were they predicting? Is it going to be Victoria Porkchop Parker? That's kind of hard to say fast. Anyways. There was lots of speculations on who it was going to be. Me personally was kind of hoping it was going to be Hanny, you know, some Stacey Lane Matthews action back in the season, but it's not. It's BB Zahara Benet, who was the winner of the Vaseline Lens Season 1 of RuPaul's Drag Race, where you could barely even see those queens. Now, she won. I was more of a Nina Flowers fan myself, but that's a story for another day. And anyway, so Nina's back. BB is back in the competition. The queens are a little shook. She has already won. It was a different beast of a show back then than it is now. And so I'm actually really interested to see how BB is going to fare with the queens. So now that we know who all the 10 queens competing in the season are, let me know in the comments down below your final predictions of the season. Who do you think is going to win? Or who do you think is going to be in the top 3? Who do you think is going to win can be really a toss-up between a few people, especially if anything's gonna happen, predicting the finale episode, the final episode. If it's gonna be anything like Season 9, then we have literally no clue who could win until that moment. So I don't know, let me know in the comments down below your prediction on who's going to win. Again, if you know any spoilers though, please don't share them. I don't want to ruin the experience for anybody who doesn't want it to be ruined, like myself. I kind of try to avoid most of the spoilers. So the queens are in the workroom. BB Zahara Benet has been introduced as the 10th queen, and now the library is open. And those queens got shady. Honestly, I didn't think any of them sucked. I think they made Aja's look not as funny as everybody else's, but the reads were pretty good, even the ones that were like extra shady. The winner of the Library is Open Reading Challenge is Ben de la Creme, who y'all know if you watch my predictions video, ain't my favorite queen on this show. I don't know. I mean, she was funny, I'm not gonna lie. I can't deny if someone's funny, they're funny. I do love a comedy queen. Said it before, I'm really hoping that Ben changes my mind and that I really like Ben by the end of the season. As of right now, I'm still like, you know, okay, she did impress me this episode, and we'll talk more about that after, but we'll leave it at that for now. There was a variety show this episode. This was basically the exact same setup of an episode as Season 2 of All-Stars, minus I don't think there was a secret queen, a 10th queen announcement in All-Stars 2. But anyways, so yeah, for the Maxi Challenge, each queen had to present a talent of theirs that they think represents them the most and will impress everyone the most. It's a big talent show, variety show. Actually, most of the queens kind of they knew that this was going to happen, so they got to prepare some songs outside of the race before they got there. Some of them have original music that they could already use and whatever, so a lot of them did like music and dancing, which makes entire sense considering they're drag queens. They lip sync to music or they sing live to music. It's a lot of singing and dancing. So my favorites of the talent show would have been Shangela, because she came to work. She is a professional. I've seen her live. She's amazing. That is what you get when you go to a live show of hers. She's like Alyssa Edwards, where like she's there and then she's there and then she's there and then she's there and then she's there. Like, I mean, that is her drag daughter, but like Shangela is Alyssa's drag daughter, but like she's just everywhere and I love her energy, and it was just really, really, really good. Aja, again, like the dancing is amazing. Her look was great. She like jumped off of a whole like high box into a death drop. It was really good. I like Ben de la Creme's billion boob burlesque thing she was doing, you know. It was funny after, like, so the first two reveals I was like, oh, okay, that's funny. I'm like, obviously there's another one, because like there was clearly like a bunch of stuff strapped to her, but by the end when she had all the tassels on her back, I was laughing. Like it was really good. It was really smart because she was dancing, it was campy, it was funny, it was good. I was impressed. I thought Milk's was really creative. It was like this fashion runway song thing, except that it was just the same like sentence repeated over and over again, which I can't remember. I thought if I listened too hard it might like brainwash me or something, but it was kind of interesting having her like have those like paper doll cut out dresses and holding them and walking down the stage and getting another one. It was interesting. And then the only one I didn't love was Chi-Chi's. I noticed right away her shoes were not heels. She didn't even have a little kitten heel. It was just flats. Knew that would be a hindrance right away to her. I don't know, it was like she had this baton, but I was waiting for her to like throw it and do like a cartwheel and catch it or something. Like I feel like there was something missing. Like she's so high energy and it was really not high energy, so I was kind of like a little disappointed with what she did, but it was still amazing. Like these queens all killed it. And then as for the other ones, I liked them all. I liked everyone's thing. I guess Morgan, it wasn't great. Trixie's even, like, there was something like disconnected or something about her. It was kind of odd. Like, I don't know, there was like something, like, I liked the song, I thought it was cool. I mean, she plays amazingly. There was just something felt disconnect. But the two winners of the variety show lip syncing for their legacy is Aja versus Ben, and the two queens in the bottom risking the chance to go home, it's going to be Chi-Chi DeVayne and Morgan McMichaels, which really wasn't a shock at all. Like, that was, watching it, you knew that's who was going to be in the bottom two. And the top two, it was either going to be Aja, Ben, or Shangela to me. It was going to be one of the three. Any combination of the three of them I figured would have been in the top two. So since it's All-Stars and the queens have to vote each other off the island, we don't get a untucked, right? We don't get untucked this season because we see what they're doing while they would be untucking. They're deliberating. The deliberations, everyone, you know, pleads for the reason why they want to stay, and then the people who have the power listen to the cases of the queen who's going to go home. And like, I feel like there was a little bit more drive that Morgan was showing, that Morgan really wanted to stay, versus Chi-Chi, which was weird because I thought Chi-Chi would really want to push to be there. But Ben is so hung up on the fact that Morgan wants to send home the person who is the biggest competition in the bottom, which, you know, isn't the worst thing if they've had a bad record. If they've done really well and they had one slip up, I don't think they should go home. But if they were like, it's the first week and you're not really sure, or the second week and it's like, okay, they did okay last week, but they're definitely a front runner, I'm gonna send you home. Like, if Trixie was in the bottom next week and was only safe in the first week, are you gonna send her home if she was against Chi-Chi, who was in the bottom the week before, because Trixie's more of a competition? Like, there's a lot of things that are gonna play into it. I'm not saying that Trixie's gonna be in the bottom next week. Hopefully Trixie wins next week. I'm just using her as an example of somebody who would be considered competition to some of these girls. And I love the shade they pulled on Alaska and borrowing Roxy's shirt, saying if anyone borrows their shirt, it's not grounds for saving them $400 times, you know, it was good. So then they lip sync for their legacy to Nicki Minaj's Anaconda, and I'm telling you right now, it's probably in my top 10 favorite lip syncs of RuPaul's Drag Race already. That was everything, because both of them did it in their own style, and both of them did really, really well. Now, the rules are make Ru laugh. If you can make Ru laugh, you're going to win. It's like an unspoken thing, but Ru wants to laugh. Ru wants you to take this funny but serious, be good, whatever, look great, but make Ru laugh and you will literally exceed beyond expectations, okay? So I knew during the lip sync for sure Ben was going to win just based on how hard Ru was laughing. I thought Ben did great. I thought Aja did great. Either of them winning the lip sync would have been fine with me personally. I didn't care. But then when it came to the elimination, you know, Ben sends home Morgan, and I'm a little annoyed by that because I do think Chi Chi did a little bit. I think like there was missed marks for both of them, but I think Chi Chi could have just gone home first. Like, I don't know. It's weird. Like, I want to see Morgan on the show for the drama of the show. Like, I think Morgan would flip things, you know, I don't want it to be all kumbaya like they were saying from last season. But sending Morgan home first is going to cut some of that kumbaya out, I think, because Morgan, she's just good. But the show also ended the same way that it ended in All Stars 2 with Ru up on a screen saying something. Now, hopefully that means that these queens get to Ru-turn for their revenge, but we will have to wait and see. I'm sure at least we're gonna probably get one more episode with Morgan, and the next 3 or whatever 4 queens that get eliminated will probably get to come back for an episode. So I'm really happy about that. But let me know in the comments down below, like I said, your predictions. What did you think about tonight's episode? Like, let's talk. Tell me everything, let's chat, and I will be picking one comment from you guys to discuss in my next week's episode. So make sure you leave one down below and I will give you a shout out and discuss your comment with everyone about your opinions or what you thought, anything you would like me to further comment on even about this episode. There was just so much to cover, and I want to keep these videos not 20 minutes long like sometimes they get to. So that's what's going on. But make sure you guys hit the subscribe button so that you don't miss next week's episode. Give this one a big thumbs up because it is All Stars Season 3 and we are all gagging for the tea of this season. So let's talk with each other and bring on the next episode. Thanks again for watching, everyone. My name's Melissa Strange, and until next time, stay strange.